Hello everyone, and today I'm here with the continuation of my lecture on volume and surface area of prism and cylinders. And today's topic would be calculating volume and surface area of cylinders. So today we'll be first discussing about what are cylinders, what are its formulas, and how do we use the data to solve a particular cylinder to find its volume, surface area, and other dimensions. So let's begin. So first of all, talking about cylinders, this is a cylindrical shape with a circular top and a circular bottom, and it is connected throughout. So this is a 3D figure, and when I shape it out, when I exclude this circle, this is here, this circle is excluded to be here, and when I open up this circular box, so it comes up to be like this straight pattern. So this is basically a rectangle shaped into a circle object. So this is the middle part, this is the top, and this is the bottom. So to calculate the area of this particular part, it is pi r square. That this is a area of circle, and when I talk about this area, this is pi r square as well. So we can say that to calculate the surface area, we can add this pi r square and this pi r square. So it is surface area is 2 pi r square. And when I talk about this rectangular part, which I have opened it from here from the middle, and this is 2 pi r of length, and this is of h. So 2 pi r into h, that is the other part of the surface area, and when I add them both, so I can obtain the total surface area of this cylinder. Other than that, if we talk about the volume, the formula for volume is pi r square h, because when I talk about this top part, it has an base area of circle. So this is the base, and it has a circle, so its area is pi r square, and we multiply base area into height. So this base area is pi r square multiplied by the height, so we get pi r square h as the volume. So this is something like same as we discussed earlier, that volume's formula is base area into height. Now here the base area is circular, so it is pi r square, and that is multiplied by h. And when we talk about surface area, we split this diagram into these parts, and we calculate the areas of all the shapes, and we add them up to obtain the surface area. So these are the basic formulas we will be using in this chapter, in this topic, and then we will be calculating the volume and surface area. So let's begin with some questions. So here's a first question, that we need to calculate the volume and the total surface area of this cylinder, and we have the radius of 7 centimeter, and we have a height of 12 centimeter. So we can directly apply the formulas, that volume is pi r square h. We substitute pi's value to be 22 over 7. You can substitute it 3.142 as well. It will be when we will substitute 3.142, it will turns out to be very near to this value, but you will be rounding offing the values of decimal, so that would create a bit difference in the answer, but that is also correct. But I have substituted 22 over 7, 22 upon 7, that is the exact value, and then talking about r, that is 7 centimeter in this case, and talking about the height, that is 12 centimeter. Then we will first solve this square part, 7 square 49, and then we will multiply the values, and we will divide it by 7 to obtain this answer, 1848 cm cube. So as this is volume, this is cm cube. So when we talk about the surface area, the formula, that 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h, and we just substitute all the values, that pi is 22 over 7, r is 7, pi is again 22 over 7, r is 7, and h is 12. Then we will use the bottommost. First we will simplify this, and then this, and then after that we will add them up to get 836 centimeter square, which would be surface area in this case. Now looking at another example, that here we have been given with the diameter, and we know that the formula for calculating volume and surface area is always through radius. So first of all, we need to calculate the radius, that is this half of this length. When I talk about the diameter, this is 1.2. When we will divide it by 2, we will obtain the radius. That would be 0.6 meters. So I have written here that radius is 1.2 divided by 2. So first we will simplify this, then we will take the square. Don't forget to take the divided first and then take the square. Otherwise it will not be using the BODMAS rule and it will turn out to be a wrong answer. So we have substituted that pi is 22 over 7, r is 1.2 over 2. That would be the radius in this case. You can divide it other than that on the other part and then substitute it here, but I have substituted directly in here with the division. And h is 4, so when we simplify we obtain 4.52 meter cube. In the surface area, same thing happens. The radius is 1.2 over 2. This is 1.2 over 2 again, and height is 4. So I've just substituted all the values and get the answer, which is the simple case. Then we should look in such cases where we have the tables to be filled, and I have made a journal shape over here. That is, this is the radius and this is the height. And when we talk about the diameters, we know that when we multiply radius by 2 we get the diameter, or when we divide diameter by 2 we get the radius. So now talking about how to fill the table, we will be using the formulas for the volume first, as volume is given in all the cases, and then we will find the radius from the formula, and then after finding the radius we can find the diameter and the total surface area as well. So let's begin. So this is the question. We have not been given the diameter, not the radius. Height is 14 centimeter, volume is 704 centimeter cube, total surface area is also missing. So we have been given the volume first, so we will be using the formula of volume to calculate the radius. So we have been given the formula volume is equals to pi r square h. So volume is 704 is equals to pi is 22 over 7, r is not given to us, into height is 14. So we will move all the numbers towards the other side, and alphabet would be remaining on the other side. So 7 is dividing here, there it would be multiplied, and 14 and 22 are multiplying here, there they would be divided, they will come in the denominator. And we need to remove this square as well, so we need to take the square. We will do the square rooting on both the sides, so this square and that root would be cancelled, and on the other side it would be a root. So when we will solve this and we take the root, we get the answer as 4 centimeter, which is the radius. After obtaining the radius, we will multiply it by 2 to get the diameter. That diameter is 2 into radius, so radius is 4 into 2 would be 8 centimeters. So this is the diameter. After obtaining the radius, we can obtain the surface area by using the formula, that is 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h, and all the values are substituted, and BODMAS is followed to get the answer, that is 452.57 centimeters square. After this, let's talk about another case, that height is given in this case as well, volume is also given. So this turns out to be the same case as we did previously, just that the values are a bit different. So we will be using the same step, that we will use the formula of volume first. We will substitute all the values, we will take all the numbers on the left hand side, the other side, and we will underroot both the answers, and we will get the radius as 14 centimeter, as we did in the previous part. After that, we will multiply the radius by 2 to get the diameter, that is 28 centimeters, and then we will be using the formula of total surface area, and we will be plugging in the values, all the values, that is radius is 14 and height is 20. So we substitute all these values along with pi, that is 22 over 7, and using the BODMAS, first taking the square, and then we will be multiplying, and then these will be multiplied, and then we will add both the values to get this answer of 2992 centimeters square. Now looking at this third part, where we have the diameter, we have the volume, but radius, height and total surface area is missing. So first of all, we can use the formula of diameter to calculate the radius. That diameter is 4 is equals to 2 into radius, and 2 is multiplying here, there it would be divided. We can obtain the radius as 2 centimeters. So after obtaining the radius, it turns to be a very simple case using the formula of volume to calculate height. Then you using the formula of total surface area to obtain total surface area by plugging in radius and height. So this is volume is equals to pi r square h, and the volume is 528, pi is 22/7, radius is 2, and height is missing. So we will first square this up. 2 square is 4, and 7 is dividing here, there it would be multiplied, and 22 and 4 is multiplying here, there it would be in the denominator. And after solving this, we will obtain the height as 42 centimeters. Now we can substitute the radius and the height in the formula of total surface area, and we can obtain the value as 553.14 centimeters square. Now talking about the D part, in where we have the radius, we have the volume. So this is a pretty simple case that we will just plug in the values in the. So here we will be just substituting the values, and we will be getting the answers. So let's talk about the solution. That would be, we have the radius, that is 4, and we will multiply it by 2 to get the diameter, that is 8 meters. After that, we will be using the formula of volume to get the height. So we will substitute the volume to be 1056, pi is 22/7, r is 4 square, and height is missing. So we will first square this up, and then we will shift the 7, and that it would be multiplied, and 22 and 16 would be in the denominator, that is division by 1056 into 7. And after solving it, we will obtain the value of height to be 21 meters. So now we have the height, we have the radius, and now just substituting the values in the formula of total surface area. So this is 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h, and all the values are substituted, and BODMAS is followed to get the answer of 628.57 meters square. After obtaining all the values, I had this table before, so now the values are filled up, and this is how we calculate the missing values of the cylinder. So now we are up for today, and I'll be coming up with a few more questions regarding the volume and total surface area of cylinders. I'll be discussing about the word problems where you can understand the implementation of this volume and surface area.